Hello guys! All of you want to do high damage to enemies, but how about maximum damage? So guys, in this video I will show you how to boost your damage, which skills and equipments you will need to do it, and how to do the maximum damage. I'm not kidding guys, even with 5000 attack you will be able to do maximum damage, and of course without cheating. I will start with equipments as they are very important if you want to boost your damage. With no doubt, Eternal Glows are the best and will give you the highest boost. They give the highest attack between glows, plus 20% attack when your health is over 50%, and attacks have 10% chance to crit. Even if you have them excellent plus 2 and your other glows are epic, I would still use them. Unfortunately guys, I don't have them as many of you, so if you don't have them yet, use fingerless glows, but you will need them epic. At epic grade, they will increase your damage on up to 30%. You just need to kill 2000 enemies to get plus 30% damage, which isn't that hard in most chapters. Next equipment that you will need to boost your damage, light runners. But you will need them at least epic, because only at epic grade they will give you plus 20% damage for 3 seconds after killing an enemy. Here, you need to know something about boots. It's very important if you want to pass many chapters with low stats. As you know, Eternal Boots and Prosthetic Legs increase base movement speed, and for someone it looks like, why do I need higher speed when Light Runners will increase my damage? The truth is, you don't always have problems with mobs. In some chapters you can survive big waves of zombies just having good skills, and only problem you will have are bosses. Light Runners are useless against most bosses. They increase damage for 3 seconds when you kill an enemy, so against bosses that don't summon mobs, they're useless and won't increase your damage on 20%. I had epic light runners and for many chapters I used them, but when I got my second Eternal Boost and reached chapter 48, which I'm playing right now, I sacrificed them to make epic plus 1 Eternal Boots. The reason why I did it, here I have only problems with bosses, especially with the final boss, so for me it is much better to have higher speed here than additional 20% damage. Anyway, I am about to make epic light runners again. Next equipment as for me is one of the best, Metal Neck Guard. First and last passive effect gained plus 30%. I know that most players don't use this equipment, especially who has Eternal Necklace, because the description of this equipment is kinda tricky and you just don't understand it. Here's my attack with epic plus 1 Metal Neck Guard and excellent plus 2 Eternal Necklace. As you can see, the difference is very little, only 60 attack, and logically it is better to use Eternal Necklace because of its skills. The higher enemy's health, the more damage dealt, and it deals additional damage to enemies with full health. But it's better to use Metal Neck Guard. The first passive effect is the first supply skill you choose, and the last passive effect is the last supply skill you choose. So you can get more than plus 50% attack from Power Bullet or reduce your cooldown time on more than 40%. I recommend to choose Power Bullet and Energy Cube as the first and the last skills, or fuel instead of one of these two supplies. Just look at the size of weapons when fuel 5 stars and you're wearing Metal Neck Guard, very useful for narrow and square maps. Eternal Necklace is better than Metal Neck Guard when you have it legendary and when you have them both at the same grade, for example epic or excellent, otherwise use Metal Neck Guard. And the last equipment is weapon. For most chapters Light Chaser is the best choice because it's a melee weapon and mostly you have problems with mobs. But we have weapons that can do maximum damage. Revolver, to my surprise, even excellent plus 2 with 5000 attack, did the maximum damage. I was wearing Metal Neck Guard and the first skill I chose Power Bullet. So when I had Reaper and Power Bullet 5 stars, my normal damage was 406,000, crit damage was 921,000, and the maximum damage I did thanks to this talent. All these damages I was doing having 5000 attack, and my Revolver is only excellent plus 2, not even epic. I wasn't a big fan of Revolver. When I had problems with bosses I used Kunai in some chapters instead of Light Chaser, but now after seeing this damage and testing it a few times and comparing results with Kunai, I highly recommend to use Revolver in chapters when you have only problems with bosses. Yes, it will be hard at first because you need to aim at enemies, but when you will used to it, you'll see how better Revolver is than Kunai. So guys, now you know how to boost your damage and which equipments and skills will help you to do maximum damage. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe my channel, and you can also support my channel with donations. How to do it, you will find in description.